They warned me 6 times not to make this public, and now I understand why. There is a force hiding in plain sight, creeping into our daily lives, invisible yet overwhelming. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge, the darkness we deny, the impulses we suppress. Yet in the age of the internet, Jung's shadow has grown beyond the individual. It has become a collective shadow, a digital reflection of humanity's deepest fears, desires, and destructive impulses. Every time we open social media, we step into a mirror of the human psyche, an unfiltered projection of our collective shadow. Anger, envy, hatred, and greed are amplified by algorithms designed to catch our attention, designed to manipulate our emotions for profit. Jung believed that the shadow cannot be ignored. It will manifest, often in ways we do not recognize. Online, it manifests as viral outrage, cancel culture, and mob mentality. The internet has become a breeding ground for what Jung feared most: the unconscious driving behavior without awareness or conscience. Consider the average scroll through a feed. A post triggers jealousy, a comment sparks rage, a video invokes despair. Each reaction is a glimpse into the shadow we share but never admit. Yet society acts as if the problem is external, blaming others, blaming platforms, blaming technology, while Jung would remind us, the shadow is within us. The internet merely exposes it. It reflects the chaos of our denied impulses, magnified by connectivity, accelerated by instant gratification, and deepened by anonymity. And there is more. Beyond anger and narcissism, there is the shadow of addiction. Dopamine loops engineered by social media platforms exploit our neurochemistry, trapping attention and eroding the ability to pause, reflect, and connect meaningfully. Pornography, endless scrolling, mindless consumption, these are the symptoms of a collective shadow that has been unleashed. Jung warned that when the shadow is ignored, it will take over, often violently, invisibly, and subtly. Today, it manifests, not in a personal crisis alone, but in a social and cultural epidemic. We also see this shadow in the performative nature of digital life. Every photo, every post, every story is curated, edited, polished. The persona, the mask Jung described, dominates. But behind every filtered image, every curated narrative, the shadow grows. Envy, inadequacy, and comparison fester silently. People judge others harshly, project their insecurities, and lash out in comment sections. The internet has become a stage where our shadow plays freely, while the persona pretends to shine. Yet there is a hidden lesson in all this, a warning. Jung might have whispered if he saw the digital age. The only way to confront the collective shadow is to acknowledge it, to shine light on the darkness instead of hiding from it. This means looking honestly at our online behaviors, our reactions, our compulsions. It means recognizing that the rage we see in others is often the rage we refuse to see in ourselves. It means understanding that the addiction, the envy, the obsession, all are not just technological problems. They are mirrors of a deeper human problem. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The collective shadow is not going away. It is not a trend. It is a mirror, reflecting the unacknowledged parts of humanity amplified by the speed and scale of the internet. Ignoring it, pretending the platforms are evil, or blaming society alone is futile. The shadow will continue to grow until we confront it consciously, until we take responsibility for the impulses we project into this digital world. So ask yourself, what part of your shadow are you feeding online? What darkness are you amplifying? With every like, every share, every reaction? Carl Jung taught that facing the shadow is terrifying but necessary. In the digital age, it is not just personal, it is collective. Every action, every comment, every post contributes to a growing reflection of our denied selves. If you want to begin understanding the collective shadow of the internet, start by observing yourself without judgment. Notice the impulses that rise when you scroll, when you comment, when you react. Recognize envy, anger, judgment, and addiction for what they are, signals of the shadow at work. Confronting this is not easy, but it is the only way to reclaim agency in a world designed to exploit your unconscious. And here is where most people stop. They scroll, they react, they forget. But those who pay attention begin to see patterns, see the invisible threads connecting personal shadow to collective behavior. They begin to understand why some warnings exist, not as threats but as guides. Warnings like, "They warned me 6 times not to make this public." The truth revealed is uncomfortable, but necessary. It is time to wake up. It is time to see the shadow, not just in yourself, but in the networks, feeds, and platforms that have become extensions of the collective unconscious. Only by naming it, only by acknowledging it, can we begin to transform it. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on your own digital habits. Observe without judgment. Comment below one truth about the shadow you've seen in yourself, online, and share this with someone who might need to see it too. Now let's go deeper. The shadow does not only lurk in anger, envy, or addiction. It thrives in silence, in passivity, in the moments we choose convenience over consciousness. Every click, every scroll, every moment of mindless engagement feeds a part of the shadow that Carl Jung warned would grow uncontrollably if left unrecognized. The internet has created a digital unconscious, a space where the denied aspects of humanity congregate, where the shadow gains momentum and spreads invisibly from mind to mind. Consider this. The more we chase likes, the more we validate curated images, the more we react to outrage, the more we cultivate patterns of behavior that serve the shadow, not the self. Jung believed that denial of the shadow leads to projection, seeing our own darkness in others. Online, projection is amplified exponentially. Trolls, haters, cancel culture, they are mirrors reflecting the shadows each of us refuses to face. And the frightening part? The shadow is contagious. One person's denial can ripple through thousands, millions, creating networks of unacknowledged darkness masquerading as opinion, entertainment, or even morality. Yet the shadow is not inherently evil. Jung insisted it contains energy that, when acknowledged, can transform us. Here lies the paradox of the internet age. The same digital platforms that expose and amplify the shadow also offer unprecedented opportunity for awareness. Awareness is the key. Reflection, moderation, and conscious engagement can turn the shadow from a destructive force into a tool for growth. But this requires honesty, vigilance, and courage, the very qualities most easily evaded in the anonymity and distraction of the digital world. So what does confronting the collective shadow look like? It begins with small, deliberate actions. Notice your reactions before you click post. Observe the subtle tug of envy when comparing your life to the curated lives of others. Recognize the surge of anger when someone challenges your perspective online. Each of these impulses is a signal from the shadow. Naming it, acknowledging it, does not suppress it. It integrates it. Integration is Jung's remedy. Without integration, the shadow will continue to dictate patterns of behavior, both personally and collectively, often in ways we cannot foresee or control. There is also a societal dimension. We are participants, not just victims, in this digital shadow. Every like, every retweet, every viral outrage contributes to the collective unconscious. We cannot absolve ourselves by blaming platforms alone. Technology is neutral. It is human behavior that fuels the shadow. The more conscious our engagement, the less the shadow dominates, the more we reclaim agency in shaping our mental and social environment. And this is where the warning becomes clear. Many have ignored it, and some will resist seeing it even when it is pointed out. The collective shadow is uncomfortable, inconvenient, and often terrifying. It exposes truths about humanity that most prefer to avoid. That is why, as the opening statement said, "They warned me 6 times not to make this public." Some truths are hidden because they force us to confront what we would rather deny. And yet, ignoring them only allows the shadow to grow stronger, deeper, and more pervasive. We are at a crossroads. The internet will continue to reflect and amplify the shadow of humanity. But we have a choice: to remain passive and be consumed by the collective darkness, or to act consciously, recognize the impulses that rise within us and in others, and begin the long, difficult work of integration. Carl Jung taught that this is not optional, it is essential. The shadow will not disappear on its own. It requires attention, reflection, and deliberate effort to understand and transform. Practical steps exist. Limit mindless scrolling. Observe emotional triggers without judgment. Cultivate awareness of envy and anger, and consciously engage with content that promotes reflection rather than reaction. Share wisdom, model empathy, and resist participating in viral outrage for mere entertainment. Each small action is a drop of light in the vast digital shadow. As awareness spreads, it slowly diminishes the power of the collective shadow, one conscious mind at a time. The internet will continue to tempt us, distract us, and provoke us. But the power lies within the individual to recognize the shadow and act. Carl Jung's insights, written decades before the digital age, have never been more relevant. They are a call to wakefulness, a reminder that the human mind is a battlefield between conscious awareness and unacknowledged impulses. The collective shadow is real. It is present in every feed, every post, every story, every like, and only by seeing it clearly can we hope to transform it. Take a moment now. Reflect on your online interactions today. Which impulses came from your shadow? Comment below a truth you've recognized in your digital life, and share this video with someone who needs to confront the shadow too. Awareness is the first step toward transformation.